Living in a peaceful suburban neighborhood, I always believed my kids could enjoy their childhood freely, riding bikes, playing outside, and making friends. But that peace shattered the day Karen moved in next door. You know the type. Loud, opinionated, and convinced her way is the only way. It all started innocently enough. My kids, ages 8 and 11, love biking around the neighborhood streets after school. It was their favorite way to unwind, get fresh air, and socialize. But Karen clearly had a problem with it. One afternoon, as my youngest was riding past Karen's driveway, she stormed outside yelling, "Those bikes are a hazard. You kids should be riding only on the sidewalks, not the street." My son looked startled, but kept riding slowly along the street, where it was safe from sidewalk cracks and pedestrians. The next day, Karen took things up a notch. She stood on her porch with a stern look, shouting at my daughter to get off those dangerous bikes and stop disturbing the neighborhood peace. She even called me to complain about reckless kids. I tried talking to Karen calmly. I explained that the kids rode responsibly and that the streets were quiet enough for safe biking. But she wasn't having any of it. Then came the notes, on my door, in my mailbox, and even taped to the bikes themselves. Warnings about liability and community rules, followed by veiled threats about calling the police. My kids were scared. Their favorite pastime was turning into a source of anxiety. I realized this wasn't just a neighborhood spat anymore. It was harassment. I decided to escalate the matter thoughtfully. Since Karen's harassment was affecting my children's well-being and ability to enjoy community spaces, I reached out to the local school board. My kids attended the nearby elementary school, and I knew the board cared about student safety and community relations. I emailed the superintendent and explained the situation, emphasizing the importance of outdoor play and biking for children's health, that my kids were being unfairly targeted and harassed, the need for the school and community to support families facing such conflicts. To my surprise, the school board responded promptly. They arranged a meeting with me, Karen, and a community liaison to discuss the issue. At the meeting, the school representatives gently reminded Karen of the importance of fostering a supportive environment for kids. They shared resources about safe biking routes, neighborhood safety programs, and community guidelines that balance safety with kids' freedoms. Karen was taken aback but listened. She was told that harassment would not be tolerated and that everyone had a responsibility to nurture a positive neighborhood atmosphere. In the weeks that followed, Karen noticeably cooled down. She stopped yelling and left my kids alone. My kids resumed their bike rides with smiles again, sometimes even waving at Karen politely when they passed her house. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. The neighborhood also started organizing bike safety workshops at the school, with officers teaching kids safe riding practices. The community became more united around supporting children's outdoor activities rather than stifling them. Moral of the story? When faced with harassment, especially involving your kids, take a stand calmly but firmly, and don't hesitate to involve the right community resources.